Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday to all. Hopefully, you're ending your week well, or possibly getting an early start to the weekend. Regardless, hope you're having a good day today. We have got music to check out. We have got new music to check out, and we are checking back in with a group we have not heard from in a little while ago. It's a little while ago. This is a LimeLight, the girl group out of 143. They are making a return. They've dropped a little single titled Madeleine. Just like the French confectionery, snack, baked good, whatever you want to call it. I'm very excited about it. LimeLight. I remember checking out their debut when that happened. It's called Honestly, right? Honestly, and I remember checking out that entire EP when that dropped. Yes, it was like a 3-track single, but then we had the split recording versions of it, which was very cool. Like, we had an instrumental version, then we had a pure vocal only version of the recording, which I think is very unique, and I see that they've done it again, which is very exciting. Oh yeah, they really surprised me when we checked out the debut stuff. Of course, I think a big part of that also fell to the point that it had the same production team as IZ*ONE's Fiesta, like those songs. And I remember listening to it, thinking, oh yeah, very IZ*ONE-esque. Or at least that EP, there was a song on there that was very IZ*ONE-esque, and I remember being very nostalgic about it and warming up to them very much so. And now they've made a comeback, which is very exciting. So let's check this one out. Here we go. I don't know what this one is going to sound like, but I'm excited because trios are pretty rare. Like, getting groups that are kind of less than 4 in number is quite rare, and also makes for an interesting line distribution and kind of like part distribution when it comes to the songs. Is it's an even number division into an odd numbered member lineup. So let's see what this one's like. Here we go. Boop. Oh, okay. Oh, starting off with Colin on the low notes? Okay. Oh, we're in the pre-chorus already. Okay. Hello, synth part. Man, does that pad snare have a lot of crisp punch to it. It's very snappy. It's got a slight hint of summeriness to it. It's not an explicitly obvious tropical house song, but the rhythm of it and the mixing of it is kind of similar to it. Take it into the bridge one time, bring it way down. I hear you back there. throw in a little extra vocal part for this final chorus. Okay. Okay. I'm quite impressed. Once again, I'm quite impressed. Oh, outro sequence. One, 4, 3. Have they found a little gem in LimeLight? Because this is, I mean, technically, I mean, if you count the pre-release, this is 3 in a row that they've had quite good, nice EDM-y sound. It's really nice. Oh, I am curious about one thing, which I'm gonna pause the recording real quick and go look up. Give me 2 seconds. Well, I went and looked, and it wasn't the answer I was expecting to see, but it's Kim Sung-soo again. Of course, Violetta and Fiesta as one. Huh. Now, the reason I went and looked the kind of composers up is there were certain parts of this song where it very much reminded me of ILY1's debut. Shoot, I've forgotten what it's called. It's not Quesera, it's the one before then. Love and Bloom. It reminded me of Love and Bloom a little bit, with that plucky synth. And that's kind of why I went and tried to figure out if anyone had worked on the ILY1 song. Turns out they didn't, but it's the return of Kim Sung-soo on composition, which is very cool indeed. But yeah, it kind of reminded me of ILY1's Love and Bloom a little bit, and it is kind of that plucky, synthy, EDM-y type of beat at the end of the day. And it's a sound that LimeLight have really like taken on board, especially like the maybe not as intense EDM, but still, you know, can be generalized as EDM sound. LimeLight has kind of taken on board and done pretty well with it, all things considered. Like, I know this is technically a one-song single, so there isn't really much else to it. But, like, even going back to the debut EP, and, I mean, I guess they had a pre-debut EP as well, but that debut EP had, like, 3 different veins of kind of EDM-y pop music. And, again, they're continuing on that sound identity, and I think they've elaborated on it a little bit. I think this one is less EDM-y and more poppy than some of the songs off the debut album, and I don't know if it's because of it or if it's kind of a byproduct of it, but it feels more mature in a way. Like, it doesn't kind of jump the gun too quickly when it comes to kind of giving you the song. Like, it slowly leads you in. In fact, let's go to the beginning and talk about it. When Kaun comes in with the vocals and the lower vocals, kind of ease you into the song instead of just boom, bringing you everything right up in front. Also, her vocals for the maknae has one of the richest low vocals from, like, I guess someone in her age range, because she's 05, if I remember correctly. Like, she's not, like, you know, baby maknae in the industry anymore, at least. But she still has a very rich, deep voice, and out of, like, anyone in the group, having the maknae have the low, rich voice, I think is really interesting to me. But yeah, the way she kind of eases in the song with that low tone is so cool to me. It's so gentle, but also at the same time such a rich voice, especially when you offset it with Miu. And I mean, it's not like she has an overly bright high voice either, it's just naturally higher than Kaun's is. And by kind of having the vocalist go in that order, it's, you know, naturally letting itself have a little bit of a riser. Like, it's letting the song naturally build just from the vocalists having, like, higher vocal colors as further the song progresses, because pretty sure we go into Suhi on the pre-chorus, right? It's that held note. It's that held note from Cone that really kind of showcases her vocal color. Pay really close attention to it. You make me love you, why don't you know? There's so much richness in that very tight, quick vibrato that she throws in there. It sounds like her voice was originally trained for a completely different genre of music. Like both Miyu and Suya have really good voices and voices that I quite enjoy because it's not like it's a very easily blendable voice. So like very flexible when it comes to I think genres and styles and speeds and things like that. Very neutral tone. And for the most part, Colin is the same way. But when she throws in a little bit of extra like flair into whenever she has like a held note or something, it just you immediately pick up on it that it's just different gravy. And this background synth. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool to listen to. Once again, they are a surprising group to check out whenever they have music out. And even whenever I hear them pop up on my like Spotify Shuffle or something, I'm kind of caught off guard by them every time. And it's like they have a sound that I don't know how popular EDM, like this type of EDM sound is with the general public over in Korea, but like kind of this time period in the year, we're getting into the latter end, or at least the latter half of the summer release season now, and summer tropical house is like the EDM genre when it comes to pop music in the summer, because tropical house, summer party, beach vibes. So EDM isn't necessarily like all things like rare right now, but LimeLight almost spin it in a way where their EDM sound gives me kind of like a nostalgic feeling, if that makes sense. Like this might be a fresh sound. I don't really know because I don't really keep up with EDM trends all that much. But listening to LimeLight music and especially paying attention to the instrumental parts of it take me back to a time when I used to like binge listen to EDM music back in high school about 10 years ago. Oh gosh, it has been a long time since I was in high school, but it reminds me of like the early to mid 2010s EDM scene and the kind of electro or like chiptune stuff that I used to listen to, and it's strange because I never thought I'd end up back there through K-pop of all things too. But I'm mighty impressed by that. I'm gonna go and listen to the instrumental and the acapella versions in my free time because their albums come with those, and I'm gonna jam out to those. But in the meantime, that is it from me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.